Welcome to Torg, our Tuesday night game on Iconic Production. Thank you for tuning in. To those of you who have subscribed and who are supporting us on Patreon and follow us on Twitter and everything, we just wanted to say thank you. To get back in, we'll do a bit of a recap. When we left off last week, you guys had been sent in by the Delphi Council to recover something that was coming out of a dig site in the Nile Empire. Torg is a game where different realities are invading not so much our world, but an our world that could be an action-adventure version of our world. And the Nile Empire is the cosm that is invading the Middle East, North Africa, kind of pushing its way down, run by the Pharaoh, Dr. Mobius, the living Pharaoh. Yeah. And so you guys were hired by, or you guys were taken on as Storm Knights by the Delphi Council and sent into the Nile Empire to stop whatever nefarious plans Dr. Mobius has going on.
Okay, I'm testing.
The Nile Empire is a 1920s, 1930s sort of pulp action vigilante setting along the lines of Casablanca, The Shadow, and Indiana Jones. And so after dispatching a large amount of goons, you discovered a golden sarcophagus in the back of a truck in an oasis desert.
And we were horrified by it.
That is true. You were.
It was terrifying.
You know that the Scarlet Rose, your contact, one of the vigilantes on the ground in Cairo, leading the resistance against the Nile Empire, organized you to strike at this site that is under the command of the Jade Scale and a Dr. Lazarus Kane. When you returned to Cairo, your safe house on Snake Street had already been infiltrated by the Jade Scale, leaving you a note which said,
"The rose is mine. If you don't believe me, test the blood. I know what she sent you to do. You have 3 days to turn it over to me, or else I'll turn the rose over to Dr. Mobius."
Dun,
Man, I just had
done. Upon opening the sarcophagus, you found not what you expected, which seemed to be some sort of vampiric mummy sort of thing, from what I was picking up on what you guys were laying down.
Yes.
But in fact was Lazarus Kane's young daughter, who unfortunately had run out of oxygen. But in a moment of spectacular possibility and rolling, Sadie managed not only to bring to kind of kindle the last dying spark of this young girl's life, but restored possibility to the zone in a moment of glory. Before we get in, I'm going to go once more over kind of just a general highlight of the rules of Torg for all of you guys playing, and again for our audience. So, in most situations, you're going to be you're rolling against a target number. 10 is usually your average target number, unless you're in combat, and then it depends on kind of what you're trying to do. But you have attributes and skills. Those two add together to form your base value against the target number. The D20 roll is less important in Torg. The D20 roll is applied against what's called the bonus chart. If you roll an 11 or 12, you get whatever your attribute plus your skill is. Less than 11, you start taking penalties to that value. More than 11, you start taking bonuses to that value.
And if you roll 60,
you roll 60, that is the lesson that Lily learned last week. But dice explode. So 10s, even though they count as a -1, you get to roll again and add to that total number. So like 10s, like you're gonna keep building up. 20s explode as well, which is what we saw last week with your spectacular over 60 total. So yes, that is kind of the core mechanic of Torg. So when I ask for a fighting roll or a fire roll, combat roll, you're gonna hear me say what was your final value, and I'll compare it to the target number. When you make a perception roll, I'll tell you what the target number is. And if you beat the target number by 5, you get a better success. And if you beat it by 10 or more, you get an outstanding success. If you beat it by 60 or more and have a specific destiny card, well, then the sky is the limit.
Yay!
Now, Torg also has a variety of cards that we're going to get to play with that have interesting economies and effects on the game. So the two types of cards that my players have are known as Destiny and Cosm cards. Each Cosm has a set of rules that it follows, and these cards reinforce those rules. So in the Nile Empire, where the laws of drama and heroism sort of play out, you might have a card that says, but there was an inevitable return. That player, whether it was a hero or a villain, may have looked like they died, but really it was a clone or a twin or, 3 gnomes in a giant trench coat.
They fell into the river.
Right.
No body, no crime.
The Destiny cards are cards that you guys get to play because you are Storm Knights. You are agents of Destiny. You have ways to adjust die values or give people more possibility or increase or lower target numbers. You have a lot of options based off the cards that you have. The last resource that you guys have is possibility chips. Now, possibility chips can be used to basically gain another die to your die roll, and if it rolls less than 10, it counts as the value of 10. You add up all of those together to figure out what your final die roll is, if you will. Sometimes I may charge you possibility to say, hey, you want to do something that's a little bit out of the ordinary or a little bit more daredevilish or spectacular. I may charge you a possibility. Also, as Storm Knights, you have the ability to use your belief to affect reality. Most commonly comes into play when you get shot, or hacked, or stabbed, or blown up, or any other of a myriad of dastardly things I plan to do to you. You can spend a possibility and make what's called a reality roll. And if you make your reality roll, you take less damage, because you just don't want to. And really, anytime you guys take damage, I can see on your faces that your first reaction is, I don't want to. So this is a skill check that you can make to invoke I don't want to. The cards that I have are the drama deck, and we will get into these later because there are 2 ways that they are used in combat. They control initiative. And when we are making dramatic tests, the drama deck is what controls the action. So, with that bit of review, let's get into it.
Did you just put the card that you read on top?
No, shut up. And even if I did, I'm the GM. There's no rule that says I can't put the card that I want on top.
This feels
Mutiny.
It's true. It's true. There's also no rule that says I have to let you roll with D20s.
True.
Roll a D10.
Roll D10s. It still explodes on a 10.
Roll
I'm
D8.
just kidding. So, you guys are standing there in the garage. These street urchins have left to spread tales of your glory, Sadie. And the unconscious form of...
Was she not conscious? She didn't wake up?
She has not woken up yet.
She's breathing. She's got a pulse.
She does have a pulse.
What was her name? Do we know her name?
You don't
We
know.
haven't talked to her.
You know what would wake her up?
She hasn't woken up yet.
Some gin.
No. No. Although,
Worked for me in the Crimea.
we should probably take her out of the golden sarcophagus and maybe put her onto a couch upstairs.
You picked her up last week.
Yes. I will
Is there a couch
take her
upstairs?
to
There is a couch. There's a
Couch
whole...
upstairs.
Remember, there's
Dramatically.
tables and
dramatically.
hookahs
Hookah!
and...
It's possibly your shirt gaping open. I feel.
No, I have an
It's not the living land. Calm
I
down there,
have
Sadie.
He's
impeccable suit. Even carrying her, everything is still, nothing gets wrinkled.
That's
whatsoever.
impressive.
Noted.
There's no sand anywhere.
It's also called the sarcophagus. You guys can see that it's like bloody. Every time he looks down, he looks fantastic.
I believe it.
That's fine. That's right. Roll to believe.
I will spend possibilities to make this happen.
Believe it. All right. So you carry her upstairs, Kage, and there are several small couches. You can see they look well used. It is a safe house. There's only one bedroom. It is cooling off at night, but you haven't opened the windows yet, so it's kind of stuffy.
Put her on the couch.
Okay.
I shut the garage door wherever the urchins came in. I shut those.
The windows.
And then I go up. Yeah, whatever.
Lock
they
that
shut.
down.
Yeah, lock it back down.
All right.
Does she? No, she's not. She's breathing, but she's not.
She is breathing and she looks peaceful.
Alright,
I'm exploring.
we'll open up a window and get some water, some food, and sit down.
Okay.
Wait for her to awaken.
There's a small bar.
Perfect. I mean,
there
water.
is a, as I said,
So
the
make
kind
sure.
of the large room has several couches, a lot of low cushions on the floor. There's only one table that stands at about like standing height, and that is the table that also has the bar on it. Small kitchen, very minimal, right? 1930s ish. There is a restroom. It has seen better days, and there is one bedroom with what would amount to a tin bed and a single light bulb hanging from a chain.
Yeah, I'll sleep on the floor. It's fine. All right.
You want to look around harder?
Yes, I do.
All right, give me a perception roll.
You mean like a fine or a perception?
Can MC Fang
No.
do the find rolls?
No,
Did
MC
you
Fang is
raw
currently
meat?
doing that thing where he gets up on the chair and is circling, tearing the chair to shreds, and then sits down on kind of the nest of stuffing and springs.
Yeah, I don't find anything.
What?
Is there an empty table?
Don't I? Oh,
Your fine
I'm wrong.
is
It's mine.
your mind.
8 plus 6. So actually, I do.
What's your total?
14.
14? You do,
Sorry, I've forgotten what game I'm playing.
as you walk, kind of are doing your patrol through the safe house, you have those kind of fine-tuned living land senses. And something smells oily. And when you get into the closet, you can see that there's a little cutout notch, and you pull the back of the closet wall, and it swings open, and there is a safe, a box of brass knuckles, a series of knives hanging on the wall, and empty spots where it looks like pistols used to be.
I yell, I found the armory.
Sweet, bring me something.
Is there an empty table?
There is an empty table.
I set up my alchemical kit.
Start brewing stuff.
I need to make another adamant bullet.
All right.
So I need to...
Do you have to roll for that?
Let me consult the book.
The Tome of
Of
knowledge.
Knowledge.
All right. So what are you two doing while they're doing this? Like, he just sits down, unties it, rolls it out, sets up his little, like, mini burner.
Bunsen burner.
Yeah.
This
Like one
bullet
would melt lead to make lead soldiers, for example. Or shot.
True, yes.
Yeah.
I attempt to wake the girl. I sit down next to her.
Not into the throat.
Ta-ta!
Wake
No
up.
throat jab.
Judo chop. Ooh.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's not a great option.
We've sent the wrong person to.
No.
I
Alright,
gently attempt to
You are able to wake her up because, again, 60.
Sweet success.
Huh, this is...
I'm sitting on the floor next to her.
Who? What? Who are you? Where's
I-
Lawrence?
I am Lapis, and Lawrence is back at the dig site.
No, he would never have let me go. He promised he would be on that truck with me.
He was not on the truck. I'm sorry.
What did Lawrence look like?
Who are you?
I already said I'm Lapis.
Calm, child. You're safe.
We found you, and there was no.
Who is she?
See somebody bringing me a knife.
Knife and brass knuckles, obviously.
Oh,
You just
thank you,
walk up
sweetie.
with a knife and brass knuckles to this scared little girl.
Hey!
With your burkini. That's Sadie. She's not from around here.
No, and that's a dinosaur.
Yes.
MC Fang.
Also not.
Are you just in your own little world?
Yeah, it says I can do it between scenes or
Okay.
downtime when you say
Perfect.
it's okay.
You can
I just
make,
gotta make one.
you can make it happen. She's like backing up on the couch and like
We're not going to hurt you. Would you like something
I go
to
to stand
eat
with the dinosaur.
or drink?
You still haven't told me who you are
I
and what happened to Lawrence.
think we have. I do not know
Where is the sarcophagus?
downstairs.
You're with my father, aren't you?
No.
No.
That was really not a most believable. You guys toss that out there.
Why
No.
were you in the sarcophagus? Also, what's your name?
You don't know my name?
No.
I'm gonna ask again. What's your name?
Kind of see her relax. Jasmine Theodora Kane. My father is Dr. Lazarus Kane. And I snuck into the sarcophagus to get out of the dig site.
That's not what I thought the sarcophagus was for.
The sarcophagus wasn't for that.
Well, you
It
are
acts as a circuit, among other things.
away from Dr. Lazarus.
Father.
Yes. You are no longer in the sarcophagus, but it's still downstairs. And you're alive. Would you like anything to eat?
What's that circuit you talked about?
Who are you?
Archibald Peacock, Sergeant of Foot.
I think you can call him Archie.
You're from England too?
I'm from Orosh. You would know it as the subcontinent of India.
So that's a no. Yeah, I think I want some food.
Okay.
Lazarus. Lawrence swore that he would protect me.
What does Lawrence look like?
What is this
Please tell me he's one of the guys who is still alive.
He is
Okay, I'll be there.
he is one of the shock troopers
Uh-huh.
of the Pharaoh.
Uh-huh.
Long
The guy with a gun?
brown hair. No, he was more.
Well, they all had guns.
Yeah, definitely. She describes him, and he's definitely not one of the ones that you left alive at the Oasis.
He was confirmed to be in the convoy that you...
Yes, he was one of the four who was gonna stand over the guard of the sarcophagus.
I'm just gonna make some rice over in the corner, awkwardly.
In case you haven't caught up on last week, MC
Bang.
Fang tore him
Killed-
apart.
Killed a good number.
There's a piece
Of
hanging from a
shock
fang
troopers.
in his maw.
Silence. You don't need to bring that to her attention. What if it's his?
Well, it should bring you comfort to know that he died alone.
You hear a bang as my head just kind of hits the cabinet, and I'm just like eyes closed.
Jasmine starts.
In our defense, he was shooting.
Technically, not Lawrence. Lawrence was one of the poor guys who got trapped in the back of the truck with a velociraptor.
Don't bring a gun to a dinosaur fight. I don't know how many times we have to tell you.
Hashtag don't bring a gun to the dinosaur fight.
Yes. So I'm just gonna keep making food because
She sort of shuts down at this point.
Yep. Yep. Why don't you go to bed, Kage?
I am not tired.
And Archibald, you should also go away to bed.
By the way, it totally smells like alchemy up in here, which is not a great smell. Unless your nose has been inured to it
Smells
over...
slightly acidic and kind of funny.
yeah.
I'm gonna go back to... You found the weapon.
To armory.
You said there was a safe there, right?
There's a
Yes.
safe there.
We'll go to the safe.
Alright. It is locked. You gonna try and crack it?
If you can't do that, I've got some dynamite.
So I say, well, he's back there. I will talk to Jasmine.
That's high tech
Without
where I
Am
come.
I allowed to
Lock
stay in the
picking, Chris.
room? I'm sitting with MC Fang.
Sure.
I promise I won't come close.
Yep. At this point, MC Fang actually gets up and hops across onto the couch and just kind of up against Jasmine.
Is she okay with it?
She seems to be. She sort of puts her arms around MC Fang's neck and
He's very cuddly.
buries her face in his scaly
Neck.
ear hole.
11.
11?
He faintly smells of Lawrence.
I would recommend spending a possibility on this one. You've got 4 because of the glory.
So I just re-roll?
You roll another D10 and add it.
D10?
Or D20, sorry.
Ooh. And add it together.
What did you roll?
23. Oh, is that not an 8?
You
It's a
get
9.
the results together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 23. 24.
How about
It is
25?
So a
Let's
24
do basic
is
math.
plus
It's
8.
25.
A 24 is plus 8.
Yeah, so it'd be
I can't
20
see
total.
it.
You got
9
a
and
20?
16.
All right.
16 is
I
25.
think it's a 15, but I can't read it from over here.
Just,
I got an amount that was larger.
all right,
than
so
the previous
Kage's in the
amount.
back room. Head pressed
Crack
for the
and saves.
save. It's going to take you about 10 minutes. So
A lot
with
of
a
10s in this game.
with an outstanding success, you cut that time down to a quarter of that. So in about 2.5 minutes, you're going to be in the save.
Cool.
You're making your bullet for the remainder of the scene.
Put the stuff together.
So you're going to have to talk to her?
Yeah, I'm going to bring her food. And drink.
So Lawrence is dead.
I am afraid so. But he was to get you away from your father?
Yes.
We were under the impression that this convoy was under the control of the Jade Scale. Was the Jade Scale going to help you?
No.
Okay.
No,
Good.
he's
A lot more clear on that one.
he's a terrifying person.
Yes, he is.
He
We've seen the
has
pictures.
some sort of... My father
know
isn't
him.
a bad man. He's just a driven one. This Jade Scale is...
Going to use you as perhaps incentive?
No. I think the Jade Scale planned on putting me in the sarcophagus when it was hooked up.
Yeah, okay, I vote no to that one.
Hooked up to what?
I don't know.
Okay, several questions. First of all, and answers. I am sorry that Lawrence is no more. We are not a part of the Jade Scale Dr. Lazarus party.
I've never seen you before, so I believe you.
Yeah, in fact, kind of arch nemesis to the Jade Scale. And do you know where this sarcophagus was supposed to go?
I don't know. What I overheard, and what I was able to hear as much as I could on the compound, it was going to Cairo. I assume that's where we are at?
Yes.
And it was going to some place known as the Tangier Blossom.
Do I know where that is?
Give me a profession detective roll.
Is it Tangier?
In this case, yes.
Tangier Blossom.
I don't know the new ways for you to do these.
Plus just 2, so a total of 11.
11? You have heard of it. You don't know where it's at. It's a underground gambling den run by a French expat. And it moves around every night. Nobody on the force. If you knew where it was at on the force, it's probably because you were taking money.
Okay. I'm sorry, the Tangier what?
Blossom.
I like it.
Would I...
The person who runs it, he has, you've never seen pictures of the Frenchman,
Right.
but you know that most of the smuggling that goes on in Cairo that the department had to deal with, like black market stuff, guy deals to both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't care. Both sides willing to back him up. He knows when to cut and run. Sometimes the blossom falls, is what they call it, and it goes away for several months, and then slowly kind of comes back.
Okay. So the sarcophagus was to be delivered to the Tangier Blossom, which I would then assume the mark would be inside. So, and I guess I say this to Sadie because nobody else is in the room with us.
Oh, no. I'm in a room. I'm
Mercy's there.
engrossed in making a bullet.
Right. So Sadie.
Yes, Lapis.
Look at her using her names totally naturally. We may want to find the Tangier Blossom and find who is looking for this particular artifact. I do not think the Jade Scale is interested in what was inside said artifact. So, but we may be able to find him before he turns the rose over to Dr. Mobius.
Dun, dun, dun.
You think the Tangier Blossom has the rose?
I do need a dun 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 button. I think
It's very important.
it's very important.
I don't think the rose is at the Tangier Blossom.
Okay.
But I do think people could lead us to her.
Okay.
Because at this point, I don't have any other leads, I guess.
I bet she's being held upstairs in the office, tied to a chair.
More than likely, yes.
This is your cousin.
Yes.
That's where she would be.
Yes.
The Nile Empire.
But of course, I wouldn't think that. She must be held far, far away, only to be discovered. You are here!
Who?
What?
Who are you looking for right now?
The rose.
Okay. Yes. All right. Just wanted to make sure. At one point, somebody said the Tangier Blossom, and then it shifted into that. I'm like, okay, the Blossom is
not
someplace.
captain.
Yes.
We're all
Yes,
clear
the
on
rose
We
that.
have
is
to
in
find
the
the blossom
office
to find the
of the
rose.
Tangier Blossom.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel
Just wanted to make sure.
that
And we have a jasmine flower here.
it's a
that
little
we have to keep alive.
horticulturally messy.
Flower thing.
Yeah, I got that. I'm just saying.
I mean, lapis rose.
When I
Tangier
finish my
blossom,
bullet,
jasmine.
I'm going to go to the bar and make
Or,
Stone?
I guess it's
a
a stone.
Tangier Blossom. I'm making a new drink.
You're gonna make a new drink.
Tangier Blossom.
All right. Give me that profession
Oh.
bartender that
With
I
a-
know you took.
With a touch of jasmine in it.
Play it again, Sam.
Let's see, what would that be?
I
Mind?
think I could go
give me
and
a
talk to
mind
some of
roll.
my old contacts and figure out where the Tangier Blossom is supposed to be. Not tonight,
Alone?
because it's a little
A
late.
10!
Of course not alone.
Where are my
I would
cards?
say yes.
I think that given what happens when people are alone, or possibly alone with dinosaurs, it's very important that we do
That's a
not
14.
Separate.
Total 14?
Total 14 with my mind of 6.
Yeah, it's not a bad drink. It's very close to a French 77. So some champagne, a little bit of
Gin.
no, creamed
Some
lavender
maybe-
to mint.
Maybe some orange bitters.
But yeah, you put a little gin in there, a little bit of bitters, and you don't
Hate
don't dislike it. No, you got a 14. It's not a good drink, but it's not a bad drink.
It's a drink. Let's put it that way.
That's right.
So mayhap our next step is to find the Tangier Blossom. What time is it? We got
I'm going
to
right here.
Cairo at
Chronometer?
dusk.
It does.
No.
It's only been about an
Tangier
hour
Blossom?
since then. So it is now. Night has fallen on the city. That's right. Cairo is a harsh
So
mistress.
the room is getting darker.
Yes.
I pull out my oil. Is it oil lamp? Gas lamp.
All right.
Let me see.
Do we really want to announce our presence here? Just like-
We
Maybe
could
we
stumble
should-
around the dark.
Okay, let me close the
Both
windows
metaphorically and literally.
and the shutters, so nobody can see
Houses
that there's
do
a
light up
window.
at night.
What?
Houses do light up at night. I'm sure we're not the only one that has lights.
No, there are
There
some,
are.
there are
But if
electric
this is
lights.
a known safe house, We don't want to announce that people are here.
That's fair.
All right, so what's the plan?
All right.
Sleuths.
Let's Kage
And
check back
Archibald
up
I would
again.
like to get into the safe.
Archibald, you have a nice.
Oh, that's true. It has been 2.5 minutes.
It's delightful.
I have a
What's
knife?
in the safe? Yeah, I've handed you a knife and some brass knuckles.
Yes!
And a pinch of gunpowder.
You had a pinch of gunpowder
Because,
to it?
you know,
Oh,
I happen to have it out. Like,
so irony.
It does have a little to it. I agree. Good knife.
All right, so there is a desert survival kit in there. There are 2 things that really sort of look like gin and tonics in there.
Sort of look?
Definitely sort of look like gin and tonics.
2.
2.
That makes me kind of nervous.
There are 3 stacks of cash.
Yes.
You're guessing about $500 worth. And then you're not sure.
American.
Cairo, probably pounds.
Percent.
New Nile Empire bucks.
Bucks.
You're pretty sure, but you can't be certain. So remember, the safe takes up about half that space. Everything else was above it. There was stuff like that. It's a large safe. There's something in the back.
Like hidden.
No. It's big. It's sort of about the size of a backpack, but seems to be made out of metal.
Pull it out there.
Okay. It is a large metal backpack that has a long, cord that goes to a button.
So it's either a bomb or a big radio.
Do you hit the button?
No.
Mark is saying it's probably flying jetpack. Or
Really hoping Chris would hit the button. It's the Rocketeer. It's the other movie that...
if only you knew how to fly.
No, I have
Dude.
land vehicles.
I took air
You know that
vehicles
the Delphi
first.
Council in their safe houses usually gives enough gear for one person to get out of a hot spot.
Hence the gin and tonic.
They said they looked like gin and tonics. They didn't say they were gin and tonics.
Nitroglycerin.
You smell them?
I do have dynamite. I know what that is about.
We heard
They-
thump.
Yep. The chloroform. Definitely
Doesn't work
smells
that
like
quickly.
chloroform.
Everyone thinks it works that quickly, but it doesn't.
She's gonna walk out and be like, hey guys, there's some.
Listen, I've watched a lot of USA's comedy. I know how chloroform works in the TV shows.
That's true. This is the Nile Empire.
This is the Nile Empire. It smells of spirits, but it doesn't smell like a gin and tonic. It smells almost like river water mixed with maybe gin. You don't really get that heavy juniper scent. So what are you going to do? You're going to go after Blossom? Who is the rose?
Hey.
Why are we talking about so many flowers?
Well,
You're one to talk.
Sadie.
It's my name.
It is her name. Just as the rose.
What's
is
your
the
name? By the way,
You feel
you
okay?
all find out that a velociraptor purring is one of the most terrifying sounds. It will keep you awake for the rest of your night.
Not me, I'm used to it.
Not you.
Lovely.
You built up a tolerance. It's the only way you can sleep now.
It's a white noise. It's a
I,
noise machine.
I'll walk. It was like in a back room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll walk out of the back room and hand a big metal backpack to you.
Thank you. Down next because
So in the canvas rucksack, you can see there's a small gas stove, a box of matches, a compass, a flashlight, whistle, just like things that would
It's a
help,
bug-out
like
bag.
freeze-dried
Yeah.
vacuum, ration packs, canteen stuff to like purify water. Just basically everything you would need to survive for about a week in the desert. Only a little bit less.
Yes, we will look for the Tangier Blossom in order to hopefully find and stop those that want this sarcophagus for nefarious deeds. And to rescue a compatriot of mine, Rose. I mean,
what is the relevant skill to like gather information or streetwise or?
So that would be find is usually the skill that falls under. There is also streetwise. The difference is find is what like spotting hidden objects. Streetwise is the skill that you would use to find information.
Does anyone have any kind of streetwise?
So streetwise is not a skill that requires you to have points in it.
True, but if someone's already skilled in it, it'd be.
What's its attribute?
All right, so its attribute is charisma. But
I got this, guys.
hold on, we're going to go into a dramatic scene.
Dun, dun, dun. It's only because we're in the Nile Empire. When we're somewhere else, there'll be other music. Don't worry.
Living Lands will just have like a pterodactyl screech.
I'm so glad.
Every single time someone opens the door.
All right. So, this is going to be what's called a dramatic skill resolution. All right? I know, exciting, right? So, basically your goal is to find the Tangier Blossom in 5 flips of the card.
Okay.
Each round, you will be required to move from step A to step B to step C to step D. And if you complete the task on step D, you have succeeded in your dramatic task resolution.
Well,
I don't know. I wouldn't even let you cut the deck. I don't know what's coming up. There may be times where you can't advance because the card doesn't have the next step that you need. You hit a dead end. You have to backtrack. Your first step is to try and gather information on where the blossom is right now. So where it says streetwise.
okay.
If you do well, you will get bonuses to the next tests. If you don't do well, you will get penalties to the next steps. There are 4 steps. There are 4 of you. Good luck.
Thanks.
And then, much like the drama deck, there are approved actions, which if you do them and find a way to make them work, you will get...
Do we get to use our cards for anything?
You will get to use your cards.
Okay.
If you use the approved actions, you'll get a possibility point. You don't have to use the approved actions, but you can make them work. And there will be people working against you. Villains and heroes get to go in this. So, seeing as you're first, would you like to cut the deck? Or you want to leave it where it's at? Wow, I love the trust.
So much trust.
Ruined all trust.
How have I ruined trust? Have you met you guys?
We're in delight.
Now, the other thing is, you can attempt a last ditch effort. Remember, you can take a -2 skills to do multiple actions. So if you're running out of the 5-round time limit, you can try and blitz through the remaining steps in a single roll.
Okay.
Good luck.
So do we each get an action every time somebody turns a card? Or she turns a card?
It all
and
depends
gets an
on sort of what's going on. So the first one is, who is going out to find information? Each one of these actions will take about an hour's worth of evening time.
Also, question. I still have a wound.
So you'll take a -1 to everything that you do.
Awesome. So it should have been -1 earlier. How do I get rid of a wound?
Resting.
What if we have first aid?
You can make a medical roll.
Yeah,
Nat
you
20.
are. Do
Well,
it.
let's see
Heal
what
me.
happens.
Keep
Heal
rolling.
me. Bring me back from okay.
Alright, so that's 23. So plus 8. 16.
16.
Oh, 17, sorry.
And nobody has rolled against your wound yet.
No.
Alright, so you rolled a 17. Your difficulty was 11, so you beat it by 5, so you would actually heal 2 wounds. Oh, when did you get wounded?
In battle?
Yeah,
Quite
it's
a while
only within the first hour.
Oh. Okay.
Well, we went over it last time when people were asking about it, but...
You essentially told me I couldn't do anything.
Well, you were driving, yeah.
I wasn't driving, he was driving.
There was no one in the cab for you to do that with.
Basically, you're
still wounded.
Yeah. Okay. I will go first. That way, if I screw up,
Good. So we have to go out
I enjoy that
individually, or do we go out as a group to do this?
You can go out as a group to do this. The question is who is making the roll?
Okay.
The Fang with Jasmine?
Yes, MC Fang can stay here. Be good.
Protector.
How much trouble will we get if we're just using the what's it called? Noises from a certain movie
From a
where
franchise
dinosaurs?
that
Yes.
one might reference.
that one might reference in.
Yeah, on occasion.
All right. So you know that the Tangier Blossom is open from sunset until an hour before dawn. Okay, so right now that gives you about 7 hours to find this place today.
Okay.
All right. All right. So, do you want to give me your role? Is anyone going to help her? If so, like, how are you hitting the streets and what are you looking for?
I'm gonna go find my informant.
What's his name? Or her name?
His name is Gerald.
Okay.
He's half in love with
Which
me.
Funny, you should ask.
Well.
All right. So, what's one standout characteristic of Gerald?
He's
Aside
a
from
snitch.
the fact that he's half in love with you and a snitch.
He's a
Stitches.
He is built like a beanpole, and yet he always wears like oversized clothes, so he can stash a whole bunch of stuff in his oversized jacket.
Okay. All right.
So he's a thief, too.
I didn't ask him about that. You know, there may have been a reason why he's a snitch. I helped get him out of some issues when I found him with some stolen goods on him.
So give me your streetwise roll.
Now he's in love. Ooh, it's charisma.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why he's in love with me, but charisma stinks. we got him. That's so bad!
So you got a total of 13. That's a +1, so that negates your wound penalty. What does that put you at?
6!
Anybody got a destiny card to help out?
Oh, hang on.
Oh, sure.
Because 10's the difficulty.
You have
No,
6?
this adds 3.
Oh, yeah, we got some of that.
You can play it and get to a 12.
I don't know if I like it.
I also have Hero. Play this card as a possibility.
Second
You can roll
chance.
again, right?
One second chance to.
Immediately reattempt any action. The new test takes the place of a failed one. This may be played after a mishap, negating any effects before they occur.
Do that.
So roll again.
Do I roll both or just one?
Pick different dice.
You will roll both again.
I don't have to know what that is. Hey, much better.
The red one was the possibility.
Yes.
So that's a 29. So that puts you at a +9, but -1 from your wounds. So I give you a +8 total.
That's 14.
That's 14.
All right. So here's the first card. Unfortunately, there's no A. So the first hour goes by and you can't find Gerald. You cut the deck. I did not.
Yeah, and then you took it behind your screen for some extended amount of time.
I do not have any things behind the screen. And we are not going to worry about surges because of the glory card that you play.
Lovely.
So the second hour goes by, and you definitely find Gerald. Gerald is, well, he's in a dive. It is a gin joint that is just called
Gin in the Nile Empire.
the Gin Joint.
It was popular.
Of all the gin joints of all the world, in all the world.
You definitely see him. You guys walk into this place. It's smoky. It's hazy. There's somebody playing the piano. Large fans lope slowly their blades through the air. Kind of
Everything's
step down.
black and white.
No, everything's still in color.
Kind of sepia tone, though.
And Gerald is wearing clothes 2 sizes too large for him. Ah, Lapis, good to see you.
Good to see you, Gerald.
What brings you to this gin joint out of all the other gin joints in Pyro?
I was looking for you.
I don't buy that for a bit. You kind of see, like, everyone at the table kind of fold their cards and stand up and walk away. You're here for information.
I walk around. Are we with her? I walk
He
around
picks up
and
his
check the
hand and he
cards.
flips it over, and you see 3 kings and 2 queens. I was going to win all my money back.
You
This
were.
hand right now.
I walk around and check all the other cards.
Nobody, like, 2 pairs the best anyone else had. Yeah, they all took their... Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. But there's been an issue. And
Oh, good. I'm glad there's been an issue.
I need you.
Well, I need the $500 that was on the table.
Okay.
So what is this information that you need?
I need to know where the Tangier Blossom is going to be.
Kind of reaches into his oversized suit jacket. It's
Careful.
not a cigarette case. Friends seem awful twitchy.
They're very twitchy.
I'll light it for him.
See who's twitching now.
What is that? Fascinating.
No, that's what will kill you.
So we're being an informant in the Nile Empire. So, here we are.
Yeah?
Tangier Blossom, that's, the Frenchman's not one that you want to cross.
That is true.
How much is it worth to you, Lapis?
What's your price?
Well, you know my price, but you've yet to go out. So the question is it going to be money or dinner? Perhaps a little of both. Maybe you're paying. That would be a perfect dinner night. Or you could introduce me to your tall friend. You're getting a lot of weird looks. I assume you have your...
I'm watching the fans.
You got the cloak on.
I have many questions.
Well, my friend can speak for herself.
These minor filters. Smoking right out of the pipe.
Yes, well, I imagine something else will kill him long.
I don't.
I don't have any money on me. So I was like, are we going to introduce you, or we're going to...
I still have the $500 from the safe.
Fucking knows that. Lapis is like, what? You have $500?
Everyone in here seems to be happier than the last time you've seen them. Everything seems a little bit more, a little less beat down. A little, like, the keys on the piano even sound sharper. And you can see that some of these people don't look like the Nile Empire. Like, you definitely see some guy has, like, a watch that looks far too modern.
Like, their life has possibilities in it.
Yeah.
So, what's going on around here?
Oh. Rumor is someone brought someone back from the dead. Didn't use any of Horus's magic, but I don't believe in a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. What if...
You know that's not true. He has
Oh, yeah.
tons of,
covered in,
Amulets and stuff,
Yeah.
yeah. What if we were to help cut your loss by...
I'm seeing Benny.
Oh, I could do many, but I'm not going to.
I'm not going to.
By, let's say 100.
100. 100. Do you know what the Frenchman will do to me if he finds out that I'm the one who told Lapis where the blossoms are? So you either need to sweeten the deal,
Okay.
or something else needs to happen. That's the next task in the dramatic scene.
Okay, and I can't do all of these, right?
You can't do all of them.
What will he do to you? I finally stopped paying attention to the fans.
You kind of are like, nothing pleasant. Are you going to try and intimidate him? Is that your intimidating face there,
No.
Sadie?
I'm sorry, do I need to play this one for you?
No. We're saving that for later.
What are you doing, Sadie? You seem to be intrigued. You have his attention.
You have everyone in the place. They have your attention.
Do I have their attention because of the Furkini? Or do I have their attention because they sense something about me, like, perhaps glory?
Yes.
Great.
This was the moment that J.M. realized he should have answered differently.
Probably.
I don't have any ideas yet. I'm still. Somebody else come up with an
Should
idea.
we offer more money?
I don't have the money you do, so. If you want to offer more money, that would be your action.
No, I'm just asking the grouug.
As Becca, yes, I started super low on purpose. So if you want to like bump it up to like 300 or 400, and then if we have to get all the way to 500, and a kiss from the polyamorous.
Give him a.
We already covered this in character creation. It turns out the Living Lands amorous encounters are intense.
And brief, much like Speed.
Emotionless
No,
look
Lily, he'll lose teeth too.
on his face with sunglasses, and he's like peeking over his sunglasses.
Yeah.
And he reaches into his coat.
And this time you see Gerald kind of.
$300.
All right, I'm going to need a persuasion roll from you.
Persuasion?
Kage.
What is that tied to?
That would also
Don't
be
say charisma.
Roll
Oliver
well,
Curtis.
Kage.
And any of us can play a card to help.
Yep, and you play card help.
Oh wait, that's I'm gonna play this for myself.
Which one?
Willpower +3 to my charisma.
Go for it. All right. So what does that put you at?
10.
Okay. Which is what you need.
That would be 16.
Yeah.
It says reversal. Are we going with that, or?
So it's A and B.
Oh,
It's a
okay,
dramatic
gotcha.
scene.
Ah.
So, all right. 300. Take it. It's down by the docks.
Yeah. There's several of them.
Yeah, but you know which ones.
Those?
Those ones.
Assuming I do.
Yeah, you totally do.
Okay.
There are those that you don't go to.
Even Lapis.
Lapis probably does. She patrols them. They're the ones that are under the control of... They're not the city's docks. These are the private docks of those who are definitely connected with
The...
Dr. Mobius.
Bum,
I feel like I just need that on it, but...
You do.
Your soundboard.
All right.
Just...
I know. Alright, I know what it's going to be tonight. Thanks. Appreciate it.
There she goes again, lads. Bring the game back. Walking out of there with some of my money and most of my heart.
Which, is he looking at? This one? Or
No,
this one?
it's
This
you.
one?
Still you.
You said he's half in love with you, so...
I turn around. I give him a wink. So maybe next time, buddy.
Every time is next time. Hope springs eternal, lads. Deal 'em.
Alright. Let's go to the docks.
So you can only lose that $300 too?
Oh, yeah, probably.
So we had
Just checking.
5 flips to find.
You have 7 hours. It has been about 3 at this
Okay.
point. Each flip is an hour. You have to get through 4 steps. Okay.
And we've got through 2.
You've got through 2.
So we know the general location where it's
Yes.
Yes.
Do we need to go back and get reinforcements in the shape of MC Fang?
Well,
Roughly raptor shape.
I would love the support of MC Fang, however, I do not want to leave Jasmine by herself.
That's a good point.
You can always put her back in the cup. She was safe in there for a while.
Only if the coffee.
I thought you were a gentleman, sir.
It was sturdy and safe. You drill little holes in it so she has air.
Disappointed.
You guys make it down to Cairo's River Fund, and it is not pleasant. This is sort of outside of the zone where you triggered Glory. The smell is not great. Small river barges are being offloaded. You know that it heads further down towards the mouth of the river. But you can definitely see that this place is all... There are a lot of people on patrol in here. A lot of people who look like dock workers, but seem far... They seem to be moving the same crates, if that makes sense. They're more watching what is going on.
Is our next task to get through this?
Next task is to find what they're guarding, or where the entrance is. How do you want to do it?
Well, when somebody who is used to tracking people or dinosaurs want to be able to know what maybe they're guarding and
So we have to hope that there's dinosaurs at this game.
tracking. She would take those skills and transfer them.
Oh.
I have stealth.
Ooh, sneak up.
Because the
Sneak up
Furkini
and-
is quiet.
Very little friction.
Anytime you guys want to stop, then I'll take my next drink.
Alright, you're going to try and sneak up and figure out what's going on. Give me a
Inappropriate
stealth
comment.
Yes! I love your dice!
These are really great dice.
Can I
Thank
have
you,
one of
JM.
hers? I want her dice.
Okay. So on stealth, I have a 12.
You got a 12 total.
Yes.
Alright. So you spend about an hour trying to figure out way around, and you are definitely spotted. And not only spotted,
Well,
but
it's stealthy.
not good enough. There was a setback on that card, which means you've now gone 4 hours of the 7, and they pegged you. And in fact, when you start coming around, you kind of stand out like
A woman in a fur bikini.
like a woman in a fur bikini. You're not getting through this way, and anybody with you, they're not getting through this way either.
Okay.
You, what do you want?
I'm not from here.
It's
Look
very
around.
clear.
Hey there, sailor.
Hello, sailor.
You're not welcome.
Why not?
You are not welcome. You see them pull guns on her.
Get out, get out, get out!
Can I walk up slowly out of the darkness, all dramatically?
How much of them? How many of them are there?
There are 6.
Do we want to shoot our way in?
No.
Ooh.
But I have already walked out of the darkness, all dramatically, with my sword drawn.
But you could, like,
All right, you want to give me an...
swoop in and, like,
Intimidate?
cover her with the
Intimidate?
darkness and drag her away.
I can try.
Go for it.
Can I do this now?
No, you do it
make a
after.
roll,
Do
and
it?
then
Oh. Hey. That would be 14.
I feel like adding a +3 to this.
17.
All right, so I had drawn a critical problem there, Christopher, which means if you had failed this, everything goes pear-shaped. But you
I
come
like
out,
pears.
what do you say? Like, you are...
So what are
Say
what
it dramatically.
these guys are?
They're dressed like dock hands, so like very light vests,
Say
kind of
Tangier
heavy-
Blossom wants to
heavy
see.
canvas pants. They're barefoot, but they are all carrying
Rifles and
Right.
machine
so
guns?
like the parachute
Yeah,
pants, a
yeah,
vest,
yeah.
a fez,
They do not have a
They're
fez.
on a fez.
a schmizer.
They do have sponsors.
Not really a schmizer. MP40s.
Thank you.
Tell them
That-
Tangier Blossom
In the
wants to see
comments,
you.
leave all of your comments about how you love this minder. Watch Christopher. No.
How about something along the lines of like, it's time to see Tangier Blossom.
I have an appointment.
I need an answer, Christopher. What does Kage say when he steps out of the shadow? Old dramatic line. Does he say nothing?
We have an appointment. I feel like I spoke really softly.
You want to try to
do
get
that over again?
Please do.
Just imagine this being very soft.
It's the drama
It's
deck.
the drama. We have an appointment with the Frenchman.
Oh, see that? Yeah, you can see that like the hairs on the back of their neck stand up.
All
All
right,
right.
time. We're good. Okay.
Who has sent you? Last skill check. There is a D there, which means if you succeed, you make it through. Needed this.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. You need to do something.
Can I still say something? No.
Yeah, I'm looking at the cards just to try to pick up over.
Oh yeah.
So the ABCD on the sides.
Yep. And the favored skill is intimidate. So if you roll that now, you can try and find a way to make an intimidate check.
Just say
Here.
you step out in the shadow next to them and give a name, like
They just be dead by now.
from
Intimidating.
Rush.
Your Gawkman is pretty intimidating.
Right?
What do you say there, Archibald?
I cannot show up in the scene because of the door cover.
Looking at notes real quick.
Excuse me.
So does the
quickly.
drama deck make sense?
Ish.
Basically,
While
flip it.
he's looking through the notes, be sure to check out the other shows on Iconic Production.
Yay, Chris!
Can you
No.
name one other one?
13th Age game.
Yeah, all right.
Dames and
There-
Dice.
Dames and Dice.
It's
Monday
podcast.
nights.
There's It's Only Gets Worse.
Okay.
There's It Only Gets-
It only gets worse, right?
It's only
Yeah,
or
see?
it
on
gets
Fridays,
worse on Friday nights.
right?
Fading Suns on Thursdays.
Fading
Yes.
Suns.
We will see how they get out of that
There are
Did you guys
traumatic
see-
experience.
Did you see that?
All right, what are you doing?
I step out of the shadows, gun kind of slung under
hold
my
on,
arm.
hold on, guys. Can't talk over people.
Dr. Lazarus Kane.
All right, give me your intimidation or persuasion check.
Intimidation is favorable.
Intimidation is favorable, and I have a better spirit than charisma.
Don't we all?
Charisma. The first stat on the sheet.
A 2. It's a -8.
We'll roll that again.
I thought it was favorable. I thought you rolled 2
It's
into.
not favorable. It means if he succeeds it, he gets
Oh,
17 total.
I don't have any more supporter cards.
Action, +3 to my test.
Okay.
So, 17 is 4, 12, 15.
That's totally
Unless
fine.
you want to romance them.
You got a 15 total?
Okay, I play another card.
What'd you get?
Well, this is a hero. I get to play it as a possibility.
Okay.
So I roll again.
Have you already spent a possibility on the roll?
I spent my
Then
possibility.
you can't. You can only spend one possibility on a roll. What's your total there, Archibald?
Oh, do you want the drama card? It says play this card as a possibility.
No.
Nope.
No,
You may
can't.
spend it in addition to a regular
If
possibility.
it says you can spend it in addition to the regular one, you are able to use it.
Oh, yeah, see, I've got it on my hero token. That said that at the end, too.
Oh.
I didn't read all the way through the paragraph.
You have to read the whole damn thing.
Oh, okay. You want to spend yours or mine?
Dratted thing. The whole dratted thing.
Because I played
I
a
need
card.
one. I need a spend.
jeez,
Can I spend 2
right.
cards?
Go for it.
Okay. New dice.
New dice.
New dice box. You can't see it, but it's a new dice box. 2.
What's your total?
17.
All right. Now remember, if it's less.
Oh, wait. Oh, so it counts as 10.
Yep. So you're at a
So-
25.
Doesn't explode.
Yep. So 8.
Yeah.
You're at +8.
27, yes.
Yeah, 16, and that would be 9.
All right. Here's your return one. We have been expecting you. And they turn, and they lead you down a ramp next to the river, and under the dock. As the door opens, you hear soft music kind of waft out. And that is where we will take our break. And when we return, you will enter the Tangier Blossom and see what lies behind the door. Hello and welcome back. So when we last left off, about 15 minutes ago, we completed our first drama scene. What do you guys think? Yay, nay?
It's
Quite dramatic.
It was dramatic. Every time we do those for the next couple of ones, we'll go back over the rules just so that everybody is kind of up on how they work. But you have made your way. We need all your tokens.
Your player token.
But not MC Fang.
But not MC Fang.
Oh, it sounds like you're saying MC Thang.
MC Fang.
You walk in to the Tangier Blossom, and it is demure. The music is very soft. The lighting is very low. You can see the bar and the bartenders pretty clearly. They're all done up as French male and female show people. So lots of lace, lots of fishnets, feathers on the guys as well as the girls. The music, you can't tell where it's coming from. And there is a woman in a red dress leaning over the top of the balcony that kind of overlooks everything. And she has the long, tapered cigarette with the filter as she just sort of watches. You can see that there are two goons sort of standing here at the back, guarding a little hallway that heads deeper into the area. And there are two goons standing at...
So is this the balcony?
The balcony is up here.
Up here.
And then this is underneath.
Stairs going up.
Yes.
She's in charge.
And the maitre d' kind of walks up. Hello. Welcome to the Tangier Blossom.
Merci beaucoup. Bonsoir. Très gentil.
Sadie speaks French. Okay.
It would be great if she did.
She is a lady of many layers. What?
Metaphorically speaking.
Something at the bottom? You here for the ambiance? Or are you here for something specific? If so, may I see your card?
Do I know what kind of card he's talking about?
Sorry. I am permitted to sell you drink, but that will never do.
Do I know what kind of card he's talking about? Do I have anything?
Poppycock! And I move past him, head towards the bottom.
Bluster past him.
Bluster past him.
Yes, the Bardentis.
I feel like Gerald should have warned me about this.
Yes. He's making a speculating.
I think I found my card. I'll pull out the other 200.
You trying to bribe the guy?
Sure, why not?
That's how things are done.
Give me a persuasion roll.
That charisma.
It's still charisma, Christopher.
You can do it. I believe in you.
The famous dump stat.
It's
a 10. It explodes.
Woohoo!
No.
Does that
Yep,
explode?
It does. He rolls a 10. If
Okay.
it's
He rolled
less
a
than
10.
Roll the 10.
He rolled a 10.
Yeah.
Okay, do another one.
So you're 21.
That's a 20.
Ooh.
A 20! He's up to
30.
41.
Yeah, that's right.
46.
No,
Plus-
is that still a 10, or is that a regular?
No, it's a regular. Okay. So 46 is plus 13 to the roll, Christopher.
That'd be a 20 on my charisma.
All right, Christopher. Kage, the maitre d' who has the lard. Ah, yes, sir. He kind of puts it, like, scoops your money out.
Not a scruffians. The well-dressed man who flicks out the crisp new bills.
I don't know who you're calling a scruffian, but sure.
Yes.
He's immaculate.
For you, what can I get you? Are your entrance sake?
You want
Drugs?
to talk to her.
artifacts,
You believe
people.
have an appointment with the French?
Ah. Very well, sir. It is your funeral. I will be glad to help you out. Please come with me.
Very well.
Can we follow him?
You're welcome to try.
I look at all of you guys as I pass, and I just
Do you
push
want
my sunglasses
Sandals
back
Empire?
up.
Do you want us to follow you?
I got this.
Are you sure? I mean, this
Not
is
at
back
all.
into Chris.
Not at all.
Like,
but-
I understand that Kage has, like, some bluff to him, but, like, back into Chris. You want us to follow?
I'm not sure how far you guys are going to get yet.
I mean, I'll try.
There you sit.
I'll follow him.
Gin and tonic
For Queen and Regiment.
Surely.
for Queen and Regiment.
I am going to mingle like a woman in a fur bikini.
You don't stand out nearly as much as you think you would.
Great. It's good to know.
Is there someone else in a fur bikini?
There is not.
But
It
there
was
are
worth
other
asking, I suppose.
costumes.
Did you know Quatermain?
I did not.
My father served. This guy is the only British guy behind the bar. But he does look
We know
good
how to
in
make
fishnets.
As we do.
Alright, you're going to try and go up as well?
I'm following him.
Alright. No. They are here to see the Frenchman.
So they go that way and up.
Yep, they go that way and up. And they kind of put out their hand to you.
No, he's at the bar.
Is Alright, every so often you see people kind of stand up and they go over to these two guys. There's some discussion, and they pass and let them head down the dark hallway.
I make my way over towards the dark hallway.
Okay.
See what I can.
What's the woman in red? I'm trying to sit the bar and watch.
She's watching you.
Exclusively him?
Exclusively.
Take my gin and tonic.
You notice that on top of the bar there is an ashtray, and every time she taps her filter on the railing, it just sort of floats down.
right to it.
Yeah.
I'm following him.
Alright, you guys head up the stairs. They are creaking. As you head up, for whatever reason, it seems a little... your inner ear is a little off as you head up these stairs. It feels very weird and unsettling, almost as you're sort of dizzy, but not just quite. And when you get up there, she sets her cigarette down and she walks down. You can hear the sound of her heels clicking off of the...
And the balcony's open so I can see her walk over to that.
And what, may I ask me before you send you up here?
He wants to talk to me.
I was speaking to you, but I see now that the lady answers for him, so who does he wish to speak to? If he does speak, would he speak to them, or would you be doing the talking?
I assume he has a tongue,
I'm sure he does.
but maybe the cat got it.
She gives you a very strange look.
Can I read into that look?
We're here to see the French.
No pause is more pregnant than in the Nile Empire.
Exactly, pretty much, yes.
Yes. So you're here to see him, then?
That is what he's...
Second door. Try not to be dull.
second door?
There's a single square on the door that is slashed with 2 lines, just kind of carved in, almost immaculately. And on the other side of the door, it opens as you arrive, and there's a very posh-looking sitting room on the other side. So if you would...
Up here. Where is the woman in red?
I do need a woman in red, don't I?
Yes.
You know, there's a Scarlet Rose.
We know what the Scarlet Rose looks like.
We do.
The Scarlet
Yes,
Rose
we've talked
is a
to her.
captive.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering. This woman in red.
We know we've talked to the Scarlet Rose.
She
This
sent
is
us
not the
down
Scarlet
here.
Rose.
She was on the aircraft carrier.
Mm-hmm.
There's a man in a white suit, short-cropped gray hair, and a cane that's kind of leaned up against a curio. I was told not to be disturbed.
Do you know what you're going to say?
You hear from outside. No, dear. These ones were sent by Maurice. Oh, well, that is. I do not care. And he turns around. You see, he has something that's bubbling in a flute. Who are you?
Just let the cat out of the bag.
Stink of fantasy.
He does.
Cat out of the bag.
You do you, boo.
He does seem to know the other cosm, which most people don't.
We're here about the Scarlet Rose.
Dun dun dun.
Never has a flower cost me so much, pricked so deep.
You'd think she'd be a thorn in your side.
Oh, you must be Lapis. I have heard of you.
I'm sure the Jade Scale has not mentioned me.
Oh, he talks much about you, specifically that night on that stakeout. He has gone into a lot of detail.
I'm sure he has.
So are you here for him or for her?
Yes.
And I am afraid you must leave disappointed on both counts. Or neither of them.
But you know where they are.
I would not be sure if I did not.
We may have something to bargain with.
Alright. Meanwhile, downstairs.
Can I trick them?
They don't seem to say anything to you, they just kind of block your way. How do you want to trick them?
By smacking their heads together.
Like a couple of coconuts.
Are there any benches?
There are a ton of benches. I put you in a bar for you, Owen.
It's a narrow hallway. I probably can't maneuver around them.
They are definitely seeming to...
I would like to cause a distraction near enough to them that they feel like they need to intervene.
Alright, how are you going to do that? Like, what kind of distraction do you want to cause?
I go up to the bar where there's a couple of men, and I ask them to buy me a drink.
Okay.
And then when they buy me a drink, I pretend to talk to them for a couple of minutes, and then I throw my drink in one of their faces.
Alright, this is going to be a maneuver roll.
Okay.
That is what you use to do an interaction attack, sort of cause like a trick or a feint or something like that. So go ahead.
I have points in that.
You watch this all go down.
Bemusedly.
The bartender you've been talking with is like,
14.
Wait, it gets better.
so a 14. Alright. So you have a choice. So you're going to make a interaction attack. So here's the thing. If you can get just a little bit higher.
So can we play cards?
You can play
Well,
cards.
I could play a
on this.
possibility.
It's your choice.
I will play a possibility.
How tough do you want it? How high do you want to roll for this?
I would like to roll pretty high for this.
All right.
I shall play a possibility. And I got a 10. So we're 27, which is 9, so 19.
19? All right. Anyone else playing cards, or is the action closed here? Because you start a good fight, but it's not quite an outstanding fight.
It's not quite a distracting enough fight.
Supporter, play to add 3 to any other character's total. So that would make it 22. Supporter may play it after determining the success level of the threat. So
What's the number she's aiming for?
Well, that would get her to an outstanding success.
So
All right, so player's call. How does this go down?
The man that I threw the drink in his face is a little bit blinded. His friend reacts and tries to grab me, but I get out of the way, and he grabs his friend instead. And since he can't really see, he reacts poorly.
Okay. The guards almost immediately move to stop the bar fight, and you just see your friend Carl.
So which?
It's like, here we go.
So
This happens every week.
These three kind of come in to start breaking
in
up this
that
bar.
middle area.
Yep. Yeah, did Lily not tell you were one of those friends? No, I'm just kidding.
Why is there a drink in my face?
Why am I punching this guy?
Yeah, no, a bar fight has just broken out downstairs. You guys can hear a tussle.
I grab my drink. Pardon, and I move this way towards the unattended hallway.
Right, so the two of you
Make it try to look like, let's get out of this fight.
All right. As you head down, you definitely hear the grunt of a man being stabbed in the stomach. And you guys
These
head
things
down
happen
into
in
the
the
hall.
Nile Empire.
That's rough.
So you are saying that you may have something unique?
Something.
An item of great work.
Like the name of the person who introduced you to my little establishment.
Or a circuit.
Circuit. I do not dabble in the weird science. It's not my forte.
No, but other people do, and other people would want information.
So you're suggesting that I... What?
We may know of someone who wants something gold and square.
One of those, someone who might want that, is one of the people you're looking for.
Yes.
It does seem like you may have a solution on yourself. Are you asking me to be a broker?
More that you could, potentially a broker, but maybe that you could, set something up for us.
Broker something.
I really appreciate you.
I could definitely broker something for you for the name of the person who got you in here. I really must have a discussion. Very short.
Or her.
Yes. Possibly. There'll be less teeth pulling.
He's the one to let us in.
Maurice.
So you're willing to broker something?
I would be glad to have Lapis out of my establishment if I know. Could find something for you. You should deliver a letter
Perhaps.
to the Jade Scale. Perhaps mist it with...
No, some of us are not quite as dramatic as...
Yes, you live such drab lives. What are you doing?
So disgusted with you.
What are any of us doing here in that my cigarette case?
Hey, it's not often a storm night walks into the bar. Let me rephrase that. It's not often a storm night who does not dress outrageously. Walks into my body. Your name was? I like your strange one.
I did not do.
I noticed. Asking her. It is customary.
Your name is a Frenchman.
This is how I am known. How are you known?
I know my name.
And see, this is why I would suggest never going to fantasy. This is basically how they all talk all the time.
Well, I don't
Holiday meals are awful.
have a problem staying around here.
Alright, I will. Where shall I deliver a message? The way I figure it, you give me a name, I will set up the scene. It goes through, the Jade Scale is happy because it has you. It does not go through, I am happy because I have the servant. Yes?
Sure.
Yes. I can trust you to keep your word. Yes, Mathis? This is... I know. You will stay with me as my guest.
He's not a very good house guest.
You hear from outside through the closed door. You could ask them to leave the one in the hat.
He's a great guest.
I think you will
He
quickly
smells.
grow tired of.
I do not smell.
I grow tired with you.
Smell of gin.
If he smells of gin, then I am sure we will find common ground.
You would like a name?
Not a.
You would like the name?
I would like the name. And before we get into he said, she said, they said, I will know if you are lying.
Really?
I did not choose him.
Is your name Horatio?
Yes.
The top of his cane turns red. As I said. You guys walking down the hallway. When you get around the corner, there are 3 doors. The door to the left, or the doors on the right, have like a stylized guy doing a kick. The door on the next door down has a stylized lady tipping her hat and doing a kick. The last door is locked. You can see a slide plate on top.
Bathrooms. I just got it. I was like, what are those?
And I am done for the evening. Thank you all for tuning in.
Ta-da!
What?
Do you have any lockpicking skills? RJ.
Pull out a stick of dynamite.
One of
Maybe.
us.
That's where you guys stand.
Not terribly stealthy.
What do you do?
Do we want to force our way in? Because we can knock. When they open a little window, it's like, yes, we'd like in.
Is there a little window?
There is.
There's a little window. He said, you know,
Yeah.
Sorry.
think speakeasy, you know, knock, they
Right,
open it up.
I got that.
Give me the password.
Yes, let's knock. Don't menace them yet.
Can I hide behind it?
Chunk. The door, the slide window opens, and it's grated, and you can see that there are lights further on, but whatever's going on, you can't really see anything but the eyes of the person looking at you.
Are the eyes familiar?
They are not. What is it that you want?
Andrew?
Two no's.
To know what?
Just to know.
Shunk. You can hear some muttering behind the door, but it doesn't come clear.
I don't know, crazy people.
At this point, a couple of people come stumbling behind you. They just kind of stand like in line
Behind us?
behind you.
Waiting for the door?
Yep.
Is it enough room in the hallway that we can get out of the view of the little slot?
No, not really. Like, I mean, you would have to like crouch down next to the door, and that would be really suspicious.
They're drunk.
I have to go to the bathroom, and I go inside the bathroom and leave the door cracked open. So
Everything in here is marble and gold.
I escort the drunk people up, knock on the door, kind of.
You hear, what do you want? Ah, smoke. Very good. Chunk. You hear some. The door creaks open. And the guy's like. And stumbles there.
They open the door so we can go in.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Kick it open. Yeah, I'll follow him in.
Okay. You are left in the bathroom.
I heard everything, though.
Yep. Everything in here is filled with a thick haze of smoke.
Just like an opium den?
This is very much like an opium den.
Like it is.
Yeah.
Not
Because
just
it is.
like one.
There are a lot of people here just... You see government officials, you see people in gaudy outfits, you see police officers, and you see a bunch of people in robes kind of moving around, making little adjustments. All of the
Since we've met Scarlet, she's not here.
give me a find roll.
In a drug-induced... I didn't write down find. Find is mind.
Like you're drawing. MC thing.
Yeah. So 19 is 6, and 6 is 12.
Right? You do not see anybody, but you definitely see another set of doors, and they are carrying unconscious people through the doors.
Okay. I make my way over there before they can close the door.
Okay.
What do I see in the bathroom other than marble and gold?
It's really nice.
So where's the door now that they've opened the door? Okay.
You hear from outside, you two.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. You did say he would be trouble. You definitely heard the door open outside, Sadie.
Okay, great. Well, I knock on the door.
What do you want?
Smoke?
And he opens the door. You see, like, a haze. Give me a find roll, because it's very hard to see down here. The lights are very low and dim. You got a 14 on your find roll?
12.
A 12?
I was
Alright.
given. Unless I need to play the martyr.
I mean, I'm not feeling like that's really what's got to happen here.
Well, I can change it. I can turn it in for a possibility, too.
16?
And then get another
You're going to
card.
play your martyr card right now?
Oh, no, I mean, it's basically a possibility.
You see the two of them come up, like two of these robed figures kind of come up and stand on either side of Archibald.
Oh,
And-
just as I get to the door?
Yep. Archibald, one of them stabs you in the gut. You feel a white hot blade kind of
Can I-
sink into it. No, I've taken it all into. I've got all your stats over here taken into account.
Yeah, I can't top dodge.
No, you didn't. Your perception, your find was not high enough to see what was going on.
And so I should have played the martyr.
Your toughness is 10.
Total toughness is... Well, I had 9.
You have 9. Archibald's 9, so I beat you by...
With a point of armor.
So, Archibald, as the blade slips in, it's 2 wounds and 4 shock. Do you want to spend a possibility to roll a reality to see if that you can...
Of course!
Mitigate that?
Mitigate that at all.
So I make a reality check?
Yep.
8 is minus 2. I think it's time to play the martyr. Possibility, and I get another card. So just give me another card.
All right. So the martyr card lets him accomplish something and die.
Oh, no, or I can just trade it in.
He can trade it in for a card and a possibility. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going into combat. Combat.
Can I play this
What is that?
for the Frenchman? It's a nemesis.
Let's say it was an 8.
Is it the Cosm
8.
card?
No,
So it's-
Destiny.
If it's less than 10, it's 10.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an 18 is 5. That's a 16 to my reality roll. Because I put points in reality.
16, so you ignore 2 wounds and all shock.
It does
So you
nothing.
take nothing.
It
All right.
skitters off me buff coat.
Yes. So, Christopher has just established with a Destiny card that the Frenchman is now his arch nemesis and will routinely come up. Because the door gets kicked in and the woman in the red dress, you see her bracelets kind of extend out into claws. They found the den. Oh, dear.
We did it.
By the way, Christopher also gave the Frenchman 3 possibility.
Cool. Quick question before we go and get into combat.
Yes.
With the Destiny cards.
There are no more cards allowed to be played once we say we're going into combat.
Right.
Okay.
However, he had played one. Does that mean his hand gets
No.
replenished? No.
Not till the end of the scene.
Okay.
So you can...
All right, so this card is called Oh No.
Oh no.
Oh No. Villains go first, and heroes have a surge. Which means you will be testing to see if you...
The glare
Except
doesn't
for you.
negate the surge.
What?
So the glare doesn't negate the surge?
We've negated 2 surges already tonight,
Okay.
so I will make it a slightly easier surge,
Okay.
but there is still a chance that you...
Well, not me, but yes.
All right, so the villains go first. The Frenchman grabs his cane, and you can hear a crackle of electricity as he attempts to bring it down upon your head.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, that's a 3, but guess who's got a ton of possibility?
Nice
You're
nemesis.
welcome.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. You picked a good nemesis.
He was kind of demeaning towards you.
He catches you right in the face for
About
Your
dodge or
toughness?
anything?
in fact, I have your dodge written down here. Your dodge is 13.
Correct.
Yep. So 10. For 2 shock, Kage, he cracks you across the top of the face.
Ow.
Okay.
All right. She goes for you. I've heard so much about you. I would really much rather have you dead. Oh no. I mean, she got you. So I roll a 19, which gives the woman in the red dress +6 to hit you, which makes it a 24, which exceeds your toughness or your dodge by it's an outstanding success.
Okay, what if I might say my opponent fails?
You have another one of those?
I do!
All right, you just get to say, no, remember, you can't play cards. You have to play them into the action.
They have to be down. Yeah, now that we're in combat, they have to be down.
Not yet.
Wah, wah.
Rules.
It's okay, I'll use my force field.
I didn't do enough damage to Christopher, but we'll come back to that in a second.
Oh,
I think you did more than
You think I did
I
enough?
think you did too many.
Too much damage?
Yeah.
17, 18. Sadie is at 12, so plus 6. A wound and 2 shock as she kind of comes
Force
in
field.
and darts. And
Why are you
Snicker
saying
snacks you.
Sadie?
Sorry, not Sadie.
He doesn't like you.
I don't like you. I do like you.
I don't like you either.
It's
You're the one who walked into this
2
death
wounds
trap.
and 4 shock.
Yes, force field.
How much does that take out?
Well, the force field has 3 charges, and each time the hero suffers a wound, the field expends a charge to block the wound and 2 shock.
Alright, so
Could
instead
it
of taking...
expend 2 charges and avoid 2 wounds and 4 shock?
What was the exact wording on it?
The force field has 3 charges. Each time the hero suffers a wound, the field expends a charge to block the wound and 2 shock.
I feel like it's saying that they're individuals. But
Question, can I try to do a reality check
you
first?
can try and do a
then
reality
if I
check.
can,
Oh, yeah,
is that-
definitely.
Okay. Reality!
And then these figures in robes are coming after you, and
But now I can dodge.
now you can dodge.
Or melee
Die,
or whatever.
possibly.
I can react.
So 5. That is a 14 in my reality.
Alright, so that'll block 1 wound and all shock, and you can expend a charge and take no damage from the next one.
Okay.
Alright.
Ow.
They are coming for you. What is your melee?
So
Are you taking the
I can
defense?
use my carbine because it's a special weapon. It says I can use it in melee to shoot like a pistol.
Mm-hmm.
So do I? We could also use rifles and such like melee weapons to block.
You can
Kind of
use a
thing,
melee
or-
weapon. Yep, you got your cheat sheet.
Yeah, I saw cheat sheet. I just didn't
So
know.
you can actively defend, but you have to sacrifice. You'll sacrifice your turn to do that.
So even if I try to dodge,
Yeah. So your dodge is just your target number I need to hit you. If you actively defend, you're going to roll a bonus to see if you can get a bonus to your defense. You will
but
sacrifice
then
your
that's
turn to
my
do that.
turn to do that.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll just go with the old Dodgerooey.
All right. What's your old Dodgerooey?
15.
Archie is
That sounds about
15.
right.
You were really hard to hit, man. I don't like it. First one fails to hit. Oh no, first one hits you. They both hit you.
Rude.
I know, right? They have a base of 15. 23, so plus 1. All right, the guy who stabs you pulls it out and puts it back in to see if this one will hit you. 17 versus your toughness. 6. 1 wound and 2 shock. The other 2 close the door.
Rude.
Yes, that's rude.
Very rude on their part. Sadie, the guy in front of you, definitely seems like he's going to stab you with his blade.
Now, I took a knife and
Brass knuckles.
brass knuckles out of
Yes.
the.
Sure you did.
Yes, you did.
The armory.
Yeah, you scared a young
Yes.
girl with them.
Well, you know. Okay, carry on.
All right. Sadie, they hit you, Sadie. For 2 shock. She's so tough. So tough. And that is unfortunately my turn. You guys are up.
Can I? Can I?
Okay.
It doesn't matter what order we go in, but yeah, if you upstairs. I guess if you kill the Frenchman, you won't have to give him a name.
He says nemesis.
Kill.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean. Take him out. Render him unconscious.
Can I just attack
Throw him out the window.
Okay, attack him. Just my.
He's not going to broker a deal,
Just my,
though.
just my melee weapon, right?
Yep. What'd you get?
Since I have a ton of these.
And after tonight, we go back to 3.
Yep. End of the act.
23.
23 hits him. Outstanding. So you have to add 2 bonus dice to the damage.
Pow! You have to make a sound effect. We're in the Nile Empire.
It's a sword, so it's...
Sling.
Sure.
That's 6s or
Explode.
5s that explode, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So that's
So when you roll
nine,
when you roll 5 over a target number in combat, you have to add a bonus die of
9,
damage.
14,
When you roll 10 over, you get to add 2
14,
bonus dice of damage.
16. I just add that to the damage?
No, yeah, it's just flat damage.
16.
Well, he has a base damage of 11, and he
Yep.
rolled 16 more. Because it exploded
27.
twice.
So a 27
Damage.
versus his toughness. He's going to spend a possibility point to make a reality check.
Oh, that's right, this is the French.
This is the Frenchman. Actually, you guys are engaged with 2 reality-rated folks.
Yes, we both are. It's lovely.
All right, so you have taken him from... He soaked 2 wounds and all the shock. You bring your blade, and he just parries with the cane.
Cool.
Who's next?
Wow.
That's right.
Okay.
Ah, at last a foe
So-
worthy of my talents.
If
You
he
named
hadn't
him a
soaked it, what
nemesis.
would that have done? That many points on your chart is
That would have been 2 wounds and 4 soak.
4 shock.
Shock.
Yeah, 4 shock.
That's cool.
Well,
Long
I
have
got
I
you.
endeavored to find someone in this place.
I guess we can finish in this room.
Yeah, do that. We're downstairs.
Put a card out if you want to play one.
Oh yeah, put a card out.
You should put them down.
Can I shoot
Can't
at
play
her?
them unless they're
You
down.
can shoot at her.
Okay. So I will pull out my pistol and I will double tap.
Remember, you can use pistols and melee. So
I
if she
put
gets
this
into
one
your face,
there.
She is in her
you can
face.
still.
I'm playing that in the enemy.
So which one are you putting into... So at the end, instead of just being able to play cards at any time like they are during kind of drama scenes, in combat when we drop into rounds, you have to play cards into your action pool. And those are the ones that they actually have the ability to use
At the end of our turn.
Yes.
So I am putting down coup de grace. Play to add a bonus die to the damage of your successful attack. May be played after rolling other bonus dice, including other coup de grace cards, and seeing the results.
He's nothing.
Tally ho.
Okay, so I'm attempting to
Really?
shoot her, double tap.
All right,
It's
go
me
for it.
+1 to attack. And I shoot her twice. I don't know that she takes,
It's -2 unless you get some sort of a special.
which is double tap. Option to fire 2 bullets and gain +1 bonus to attack.
So you get that's what it gives you. You fire 2 bullets, but you get the +1 add.
Right. But does my damage double, or...?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, bully. These are awful dice. Why me? 7 plus 13 plus 1. 21.
21. That is just enough to hit her.
Oh, good! Woo! That is 13 damage.
So just flat 13.
Yep, because that wasn't a good one.
All right, so she takes
Crash, bang, slam.
Crack!
she takes 2 shots.
Pow, pow!
Down in the den.
Play your destiny.
Oh, merci.
So if I want to shoot twice,
Yep.
then I would be -2 off my roll.
Slurry.
Yep, and
out
you'll make
there.
1 roll.
One roll. Can I shoot 2 different
Can't
people?
shoot 2
so I
different
can like,
targets.
shoot both of these guys?
Yep, they're multiple
Or should I
actions.
do opponent
Let's give it a shot.
fails?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be important.
Now, my explosive rounds are a small diameter. How much does that...
It'll hit 2 targets.
Is there any kind of disengage if I step back to shoot them? So I'm not in that blast?
You should be, yeah, you'll be able to just step
No.
back. Yeah,
How that works?
yeah, don't worry about that.
So I will step back.
All right, pulling out your.
Make sure I don't tip over the hookah because, customers here are here for a reason.
Go for it.
Some of us do not support this den of iniquity, but
Neither do the heroes of the Storm Knights. But these are nefarious villains. All right, go for it, Mark.
So if I shoot one, they'll both take the damage?
If you hit both, it's against both of them.
So if I shot once, though, would they both take it?
Yeah. Because
So
they're
they
in
would-
the area together.
Yeah, so they're near. So they
Yep.
shoot, it'll hit.
Go for it.
So they'll take basically twice this damage.
Mhm.
Crack, crack. That's +4 -2. So what's it +2? So 17.
17 does not hit them.
Really?
They.
Now, does it hit? Well, I mean, I rolled 17 on the die.
Yeah.
And you took your minus.
Oh.
Did you take
Well,
your
yeah,
minus?
-2, so I'm 13 and 17.
Yep. So that gets you back
17
to 17.
is the +4 bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll play a possibility. And so that'll add to this.
Mm-hmm.
That's. Oh, wait, so we add it together.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 31. So that's +10. So 30 or 25 minus 2 is 20.
All right. So what's the base damage on that?
Base damage for explosive rounds are 15. And since 2 of them hit, it would be 30.
No.
15
So
or
it's
15.
yeah, but it's always compared to their flat toughness. So.
Yeah, so it'd be 15
Mm-hmm.
and then 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Because they explode.
All right. They each take 2 shock.
Shaka.
Sadie, the rounds go off, and it is deafening in this den. People start screaming and panicking.
Play your destiny
Oh, yes. Thank you.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, you guys are like, second session, we're kind of getting into the feel of the
We're
game.
picking
You
it up.
guys are learning, yeah.
I put down adrenaline, +3 to my dex strength or related skill total.
All right.
Nice.
Sadie,
I also
I'm facing 2 enemies.
you're facing one,
I'm facing 1 enemy.
the doorman. It's not really a name. It's more of a title of whoever's actually, like, standing there. So he's not reality rated.
I don't have any stats for my knife.
I looked up the dagger stats.
Oh, great.
I used dagger stats.
Yep.
But I didn't have...
It's a number plus your strength.
Yes.
Uh,
I don't really want to use my war boomerang in here.
Oh, is it
as-
only size small? Right, your explosions?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
No, I
didn't
apologize.
know.
That was only one person that it was affected.
Okay,
so
so
they still
you-
take the 2, but
Yeah.
it doesn't double up like that.
Okay. That's what I didn't know. Like, medium was more...
Why don't you give me your
Yeah, they still take that.
Why don't you give me your melee roll?
so, yeah, your melee weapons.
Ooh.
Is it a 20? What?
I really like these dice, Dan.
I'll tell you
That's a
whose dice
plus
you
8.
steal. Lily's.
20. Oh, no, 18.
18 hits.
Great.
Can I get a bazooka?
All right. So what is the base damage on the knife?
I don't know yet.
All right. Well, we will figure that out.
It is...
What's the damage on your knife?
There's a question mark.
Because I was looking at dagger. Hang on, I had it. No, because it just has bonus.
+1. So it's your strength +1.
Okay.
So what's your strength +1?
11.
Oh, all right. They each take 1 shot, or he takes 1 shock. All right. The round ends.
Surge.
All right.
You did say we had surge, right?
No, but you've got the glory going on, so...
You said we used it before.
Yeah, no, but
I'm
it
just
actually
didn't
lasts
want you
for a
to
month.
forget.
No,
It's on
I
the card.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. This is... There's always the hard way. Villains go first, then the heroes. No bonuses for this one.
We got bonuses in the last one?
Or penalties. Wow. Lapis. All right, Nemesis. He takes another swing at you with the cane. And he is also going to try and grab you with his gloves. All right, he brings the cane down, cracking across your face with a 12, which does not hit you, so he's going to spend a possibility. You gave him so many possibilities. That brings it up to a +8, so he definitely hits you.
Clang.
19 plus 1 bonus die of damage. 3.
His suit is dampening, so all electrical shock goes away.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah.
18. Kage, you will take
Pour it over from another.
1 wound and 2 shock.
Okay.
Again, the crack, and you kind of hear it crackle.
Do I have to make any kind of roll or anything?
You must test willpower or spirit at -4. as the current kind of
Willpower?
Yep. Is a skill, or spirit is the attribute.
At -4?
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd be stunned for a round.
You will be stymied.
That's on our cheat sheet.
It is on your cheat sheet. It is -2 to all actions until the end of their next turn. You found the one hole in the table.
One hole in the table.
You say there's one hole.
Meanwhile, the lady in the red dress,
Misses me.
she's spending it right now.
I don't have any.
You just drop
Well,
that on.
depends.
You're just throwing everything on the floor.
On how
Thing
good
right
she
now.
does.
You spending a possibility to...
For this test.
She does hit
Oh,
you.
you failed?
How
Yeah.
badly?
I'm at -4.
Is it when it rolls damage?
Well, I mean, you have to roll
or-
first before you spend this.
I did. I rolled once. Got that.
Oh,
For
okay.
opponent fails, after an opponent has successfully completed a test.
10
Okay.
explodes.
So she hit you with a good hit. So there will be bonus dice of damage in there.
So, 20.
20.
Which should take
20
me
is
2
plus
wounds,
7.
probably.
That's your guess?
Yeah, already hurt so
13
bad.
minus 4.
Total of 11.
Don't want to be hurt.
With the penalty.
With the penalty,
There's
you are
my
not stymied.
opponent
Okay.
fails.
All right. How do you cause her to fail? How does destiny intervene?
You swirl your cloak and blind her.
I was gonna say I parry like one of her swinging attacks, and I get up and say, "I know his name."
Oh wow! So this is the kind of fight this is going to be. Good to know. Sadie, you are being attacked as well.
Could have told her that color looks horrible on you.
They choose not to. They choose not to. What is your maneuver skill? There, one of them is attempting to.
13.
Oh, ooh,
I put
interesting.
points in maneuver.
That's probably smart.
I was hoping to maneuver them into bad positions.
All right, one of them grabs the burning shisha off the top of the water pipe and throws it in your face.
I catch it in my eye.
No, you get hit. And you are very stymied. You
Very
are
stymied.
-4
-4.
until the next turn. And that same guy is like, and he looks at his knife to see if it's working, and he puts it back in you, or attempts to. So I think he got you this time.
It's a sashimi smoke is blinding him.
Yeah. Well, no, he actually
Good old Shishini.
he hits you with the -4. He definitely gets you.
Questions? Me too. Many questions.
15, 17. There's so much math in this game. 17. 1 wound and 2 shock. It is now your turn. You two definitely hear the sound of a engine spinning up behind the door.
I don't like the sound of that.
You hear it even over the sounds of your own scream as the sticky substance kind of burns into your skin in this area. Why don't you go first? You guys can go in any order, but Archie.
So these guys wearing armor?
They do not seem to be. They just seem to be quite nimble.
Explosives? Maybe effect weapons?
Oh, I don't want to pull my Dragon's Breath potion yet because it'll burn this place down. It's just fire. I'm okay.
You definitely
You
see the
waited
woman in the
until
red
your
dress
exit.
kind of
There's
cock
also
her head
innocence.
and look down below.
I saw him carry
So she can,
unconscious
like,
people and we're supposed to be
connect to
heroic,
him.
so...
She seems to be.
Very well.
Who's going?
I will shoot them... Oh, so -4.
It is at -4, Mark.
So I can not take an action, go on active defense.
You can not take an action going.
We don't know because it's my turn. I go after them, right?
No, you're going to go right now, so you could go.
Yeah, but then you're going to flip a card.
Yeah, next
so I
turn
don't
you
know.
could be first, yeah. The drama deck.
Dun, dun, dun.
Last week.
These are still just, you can say common soldiers are not like the Frenchmen.
They are not reality
They're
rated
just
soldiers.
little
They're
bit
just
tougher.
Your
A little bit
enthusiasm
tougher.
is
Yeah.
overwhelming. I need you to take damage.
So if I try to shoot both, they're going to be -6.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I got the adrenaline card out. I'm going to shoot them both again with normal bullets.
Okay. Roll it. The dog die has failed you. The storm is real.
Well, yeah, that's much better than you rolled tonight.
I got a bunch of...
You 12 didn't hit.
I do.
I had to roll pretty high to hit him last time, didn't I?
Yes. They're a dodge of 17. Some dark eye
I think
dice.
you missed again.
Yeah, even if I use my card, so I miss. Blam, blam!
2 shots, splintering the wood and the sound of a gasoline engine revving up clearly comes through.
Okay.
Drama.
I stab the guy in front of me again. I try.
That's right. Knives seem to not be working in this room. It is an anti-knife room.
I don't believe that, but okay.
Blunt weapons only.
Oh, that is miserable.
That was 10.
No, it's not a 10.
Well,
Oh, it is a
the
10.
possibility is
You're
a
right,
10.
you're right. Okay, so we're at 18 then.
It's because you let Becca touch your dice.
No.
I haven't touched her dice. She's
I handed her the dice because we are extremely superstitious.
I don't know what she's talking about. There will be sage burden in here later. It's fine.
We're at 15.
Some ritual drumming.
You're at 15?
It's okay.
That does not hit them.
He's not at minus anything? Rude.
Oh, wait, there's one guy. You said I was at minus. Was the other guy at minus 2?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, because he maneuvered you.
Mm.
All right?
I gotta remember.
You wanna go?
Maneuver that.
Sure.
And then
I'm
I
going to keep using it. It's amazing.
Shoot the women in scarlet. Why are you rolling dice?
I don't know, because I really...
It seemed
I've
like
been
a good
playing a
idea
lot
at
of
the
Jackals
time.
recently.
And I'm going to double tap.
Okay.
It rolled so well before.
I don't hit.
Maybe we should exchange. You roll my dice, I'll roll your dice, because my dice have been...
All right.
Oh, I'm still going to play one of these, though. because-
2 shots go wild
I
out
hate
into the...
I would like to do all-out attack.
Oh.
We should have 2 cards out.
So you are going to be at
Ben.
+4 to hit.
But I will be very vulnerable.
You will
So
be very
I am
vulnerable.
taking a risk, but it is one that I think is worth it.
I hope so.
Cosms can be played anytime.
Cosmos
You
can
have
be
to put it on
played
the table,
anytime.
you just-
Yep, you can play a Cosm card.
Guys, this fight is going very poorly.
Flea mechanics. Wrong night.
It's crooked.
Can I reroll?
You can re-roll it. You get Chris.
18 and 9.
While he's at it, most
27.
27. Nice dice spot.
You hit. How? Go ahead, and at 27, you're going to get 2 bonus dice of damage.
Yes. Take him out.
I'm going to get 3 bonus dice.
Okay, go for it.
Now,
Roll it.
Or I can do that after.
You can do that
afterwards
after.
if you want.
afterwards.
You can spend a coup de grace. Ooh, infinity.
Explode.
So that's 8.
9, 10.
All right. What's the base damage on your katana?
11.
So 22.
So 22 total.
2, 10, 2 wounds and 4 shock.
Don't bring a cane to a katana fight.
Do that.
This is the last possibility. Well, the last one I get.
Wow, yeah.
She spent some too, though, so I think their pool of possibilities is diminished.
So he reduces that to 1 wound. What does it look like to give this guy 1 wound?
The blade comes down on his eye.
Oh, you son of a...
Play card.
Oh,
But your mother's a very nice.
doing coup de grace again.
Look out! Heroes go first.
Oh, finally.
Then the villains.
Dang it, I should have played
What
something
else?
else.
Nothing else.
We haven't played it yet. You want to...
I put that one out.
Okay.
Alright, who's going first?
Chris,
Go.
Take him out.
follow up on your advantage.
All out attack again.
Alright. You're just so good, sucker.
Should I do it? I'm gonna do it anyway.
Well, 17.
Oh.
70
So you, by the way, you are still at... You may not want to do that because you are at
I'm still at.
You are still very vulnerable until the end of your next turn, which means you are at +4. Oh wait, 17 is. Yeah, I'm still at +4 to hit you, so I can't be +8. So go ahead, you can do all out attack again.
But he wants to spend his to.
Yeah, that's fine.
Add
36, right? 18 is 36?
Yes.
$25.
All right, Chris. That hits at +10.
Do it.
Yep.
So 2?
Outstanding. Go for it.
Yes!
Double
10.
So 10.
So he's at 20, 21.
16.
19.
19. Coup de grace. 20.
So you're at 31.
31 damage.
31.
So that's +19. That's 3 wounds and 6 shock.
Is he dead yet?
No. He's definitely spending
He's spending his possibilities. He gave him, when he'd spend a card, he gave him 3 extras.
Yes.
He's only taken 1 wound. Reality-rated characters have 3 just like you.
Yes, which was why I like 3 wounds. And
Yes,
8
he's
shock.
going down.
Let's take him down.
However, is it just a good success? So he will take 1 more wound and no shocks. Where's the other blow land?
Limp him for the rest of his life.
Yeah, his leg. Lower leg.
All right.
The limp.
I shoot!
You'll need that.
Go for it.
Yes, you will need that cane.
Double tap.
You are really building a nemesis. I can tell you that the Frenchman inside me wants to kill you.
And an eye patch,
All
right?
right, try
An eye
something
patch?
else. Go back to your Torg guy.
Do I have to kill her too?
See, I gave those dice to her, not to you. Is that the one? Oh, that's a different one. Never mind.
I would not.
Oh.
Who's going next?
Oh, I'm gonna.
Like hard?
No.
Okay, downstairs now?
Yep.
Downstairs.
Okay, so I'm not at penalty now.
You were not
That
at
was
penalty.
just 1 round.
Yep.
So fire goes in. Bless you. Is it okay if I ask, is their melee lower than their dodge?
Is their melee lower than their dodge? Well, their you're always going to be affecting their...
Yeah, I don't know if they have like a set defense.
They have a set...
Like shooting, it's their dodge.
Right.
But if I go into melee, isn't it their melee?
their melee and their dodge are... their melee is lower.
Is it? That's what it goes
Yeah.
against, right? Melee?
Yeah.
While he's thinking, again, the other shows on Iconic.
I appreciate that, Chris.
So it's 1 roll for 2 shots again, right?
Yeah, -2.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
wanna guess?
I gotta take both of them out. I'm
All right, so you're going to shoot him?
gonna shoot him again. Blam, blam.
Go
Normal
for it.
bullets.
You guys need to start rolling better.
Yeah, we do. I agree. I'm not disagreeing with this. At
The
all.
dice tell a story. It's one of our mantras here at Iconic.
There you
One
go.
of
There you
GM's
go.
mantras here at Iconic.
Plus
The
6.
rest of us, it's much more colorful.
So that's 21 minus 2 would be 19. Does that hit?
That hits.
Okay.
It hits both of them.
So they take 14. That's the base damage for normal bullets.
All right. So they take 2 more shock each.
And slump to the ground unconscious.
They do not slump to the ground unconscious just yet. But they are close. Sadie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on.
Last possibility.
You gotta play card.
Villains are about to go.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So 18.
Yes.
18 hits.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
No, 15.
15. So close.
Oh my
Wait.
gosh.
Oh, yes. Your character gets an additional turn this round. Character may not benefit from more than one flurry, either as a destiny card or from the combat.
All right, roll it again. Do you want to save that possibility point for the second round then? If you were already going to plan on taking a second one?
Yeah.
All right, go for it. I'll allow it.
Alright. And so then I will open the possibility. Gracious. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Alright.
Ooh.
That's 31.
Yes.
31's a plus 10.
20.
You get him with a bonus die.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good. Yes. 5.
Oh, nice.
10.
So we're at 21.
All right, that does a wound.
Ooh.
Dropping this guy out of the fight. What do you do?
I stab him right in the shoulder. He's losing
Okay.
a lot of blood.
All right, and then are you moving in? Are you...
So the elites just take a wound and then they're out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm moving into the room.
Join me in this fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs indeed.
All right,
It'll turn into fisticuffs.
villain's turn. They miss you with a 5.
Distracted by the Furkini. What's that coming across the room?
Sadie.
This guy, whose knife has not been working, does work now as he drives it into his buddy with a mishap on a natural
Hey,
1.
that's what I like to
Aw.
hear. You kill him?
He did. He took him out of the fight with a natural 1. Upstairs.
It was a sweet success.
A 2. She's gonna roll a possibility. 12 is only a 0. With melee, she hits you.
No, she doesn't.
Do you have another
No,
card?
I
I was
don't
like,
have another card.
what happened
Damn
here? 14. Sadie, your toughness. So, Sadie, 2 shock.
Sadie, you heard
I'm sorry.
Shock.
Right, not Sadie. Lapis, way more than that. 14, 8, 1 wound and 2 shock.
What the frick? Okay, I expend another charge. Stop that, because no.
All right, he's going to try and do 3 actions at this point. He's going to take -4 to everything he does because he's at +4 versus you.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt so bad.
All right, Christopher. He does 3 things at once. He hits you
Rude.
with a 16, so it's just going to do base damage. Your toughness, so he hits you 1 wound and 2 shock. He cracks you across the head. He takes the bottom of his cane and he presses a hidden button and he hits the bookshelf, specifically sort of like the large shelf that is at like base level where there are papers spread out, with a jet of flame and things start to burn and crackle on there.
Torch in his place.
And then he jumps out the window.
Do I have to roll
Ooh,
anything?
Dramatic.
Nope.
That's good. 1 wound and 2 shock left.
Do I have a
Nah.
question before we get the next
Yes.
initiative? Reloading is a simple action.
Yes.
I read that. So how does that work? We get a move, a simple, and our thing? Or I mean, I don't know.
It's in, we'll get to that here in a second.
Okay.
So
This is curses, but not curses for you, gunslinger. Curses for me. Heroes go first, and all villains get 2 fatigue. So this one will pass out at the end of at the start of his turn.
And so will the woman in scarlet.
She will not pass out, but she will take the 2 points of shock.
should we kill her?
Heroes go first. This guy
Please,
just
let's
kind
kill
of,
her.
in exhaustion from his broken knife, just kind of kicks the door behind him and starts running. Wait for me! Is what he
So we
screams.
go before him.
Right. He's not moving yet. That's what he's going to be doing.
Okay. And he's blocking doors. We can't go through.
You can push through him. He's basically out of the fight.
Stumbling.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I
stumbling.
want to push through.
Okay. On the other end,
Well, I was going to reload. I can reload
Okay.
3 rounds.
All right, so you reload and kind of step through the room.
So I'll go click, 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 and load 3 normal bullets.
You can see a speedboat kind of pulling out into the river. And you can see that there are a number of people who are slumped over in the back of the boat.
Oh.
Mark, give me a find roll right now. Sadie, what are you doing?
Following him.
Give me a find roll.
She's going to be in the boat if we hit find.
Curses.
I really got to take that.
Not.
Find is mind?
Yes.
That's a minus. Unless
11?
11.
Mine is going to be a minus. It'll be 4.
You see a speedboat with a bunch of people slumped over in that, but you do not see the rose.
Yeah, got it. I was just going to look up how to
Okay, go for that.
call shot to take him out. Take him out or take the engine out?
Oh.
Is there only one person driving?
There's one person driving. You can see that this is the fanciest, nicest, most expensive boat that you have seen in this town since you got here. It definitely has
The Nile Empire.
2 little Nile Empire kind of flags on the back. And you can see the person who is driving it definitely seems... It's Maurice. Like, he is looking back. He now has a little monocle screwed in his eye. And he
Like
is...
all the best Bond villains.
Like, right, yeah, exactly. All right, it's the 2 of you up in the top.
I will
Do I see
attempt
the Scarlet Rose?
What?
Do I see-
The Scarlet Rose is not in there.
to shoot her.
Okay?
Again.
You got this.
I believe in you.
Not so much?
Better. You know what?
What are you going to do?
You know what? Because of where
You
we are,
spend
I'm
that
spending
drama.
this drama.
All right, what does it do?
Gives me possibility. 25, That's 8 plus 13. 21!
The best villains make us feel this way. 21?
21.
That hits her.
Yes, it does. She takes 13! Dies.
She does not die. Like, I appreciate your...
Good enthusiasm.
Yeah,
good
your enthusiasm's really, really, like, strong. The enthusiasm is strong with this one.
Row down coup de grace, and after your turn, I'm going to play Flurry, and I'll go get.
Oh, okay. Well, she's at 6.
Kage.
Kage, what do you do? Things are on fire.
I wheel, kind of spin around and draw my Glock and shoot her.
Yes, do you want to take multiple
Shooting?
actions?
Are you guys in melee?
No, they were shooting.
I'm in.
They were
melee.
shooting at each other.
There is a chance that you will hit somebody if you shoot
She
into a
had
melee.
claws. She was melee.
If the die roll is...
She can shoot with
Yeah.
a pistol in melee.
If the die roll is odd...
Okay, sorry. I
You'll hit her.
thought you were both shooting.
No,
Yep.
go
She
for
got
it.
her claws out?
Yeah.
She does.
In that case, I'm just going to dive in with my sword.
Lord, do it.
Do you want to do anything else?
All out of that.
You want to know if you want to go after the guy or put out the fire. That was implied.
He fled. He's a coward. He's not with
That's true. But the other things are
What
on.
about the fire?
This place is going up. We got to kill these people and flee.
Okay.
I'm already outside. So.
I tried.
Suddenly, the Night of Ignorance makes so much more sense.
I tried to protect the innocents who were asleep downstairs.
Use my last possible.
Go for it. Just roll it.
Really?
That's a 10. So you've got 14.
So it's
Plus
14.
2, plus 1.
Plus 1.
Because that's a minimum of 10
Okay.
on the second roll.
So 14 plus what's 15.
All right. At this point, she's going to take... Oh, yes?
I'm playing Flurry. My
Okay.
character gets an additional turn this round after every hero has acted.
Go for it.
Flurry away! I don't want to know.
Please send all dice to Iconic Studios. Attention, Becca. All right.
Downstairs?
Yeah, go for it.
So, this boat's just leaving.
Mhm.
So it's not
It is
at
speeding
full
off.
speed.
It
It's
is
speeding
not
off,
It
yeah.
is speeding off.
knowing my rifle can
The
shoot pretty
walls
far,
are terrifying.
I could take
You
this turn
keep
and
shooting them.
then I want to call shot to the engine, or should I just shoot the engine?
It
Would it have to be a call shot to hit the engine?
It would be.
Or just that's an object instead of a person.
No, it would be. It would be
That way
a
it would
called
negate
shot.
the penalty.
Yeah.
Plus 4 minus 4.
No, it would be a called shot.
Okay. So I'm aiming.
Okay.
I'm going to take the engine out to stop the boat.
All right. The woman up top
It's going to explode, but okay.
takes a step back and flips off the edge of the balcony.
I wanted to do that after I killed her, but that's fine.
She stole your move.
She did!
Lands here, laughs, and then runs out.
No, wait. Laughs, taps her cigarette, and stabs into the ashtray, and then runs.
Oh, that's a good point. Definitely does that part.
She's been puffing up for a bit, so she got to knock the ashtray.
I hate everyone.
Mark, 2 throwing knives are coming at you.
From the boat?
From the boat. 2 of the guys on the boat.
Okay.
They both strike.
How far away are they?
With penalties, they strike. One of them gets a bonus die for 1. Why? 10, 11. Archie, 9. Archie, you will take 4 points of shock.
So if I hit 8 shock, I'm unconscious, right?
Yeah. Unconscious. Not dead.
No, but I'm aiming to try to shoot the boat. If I slump down, I can't shoot the boat.
That's true.
Really?
You guys need to roll that.
I agree wholeheartedly.
You got anything?
I got a drama to give me a possibility.
Can you spend it on
I
top?
had it out.
Yeah, well, I mean, but you can spend it on top. Oh, you don't have a possibility. I see what you're
I
saying.
don't have a
Yeah,
possibility.
Go for it.
Otherwise,
Roll.
I would have spent it. But
Yep.
I'm out of those. There we go.
All right,
So
you negate all the shock. All right, if you guys are okay with it, I'm going to go with Archie's shot to see if he takes out the boat as it flees, and then we will wrap up for tonight.
Okay, old die. I haven't used you for a while.
I believe
So,
in you.
Archie,
I pulled you out of the old
called
die.
shot.
So called shot is -4, but I've aimed.
It's actually so it's based on the size of the target.
It's an engine of the boat.
Right, but it's also encased in a large panel backing. So I will give you the -4 to hit.
Okay, because that's like this.
Yeah,
I thought about
go
his
for it.
head, which would have been a -4, soccer
Yeah.
ball size.
No, yeah, I'll allow it.
+1. My fire combat is 16. With the engine.
You hit the engine.
No, engine has a dodge of 25. What?
No, it goes off their driving skill. So what do you?
I was trying to disable the boat, not blow it
Right. So you're going to roll your damage.
up. Okay.
You will get 1 bonus die to this.
Can I use my coup de grace and get an extra damage?
You can.
If it goes over the damage, is it going to blow up the load?
There's a good
There's always
possibility.
a possibility.
Good old blow up the blow.
It is the drama of the thing.
That's 9 plus 14.
But 2, 3.
So a wound and 2 shock. Oh, but it's on the vehicle.
Yeah, it's a vehicle person.
So the vehicle, you do see smoke come out of it, but it does still kind of peel away.
Okay.
The room is not on fire. It was a concentrated blast on the bookshelf.
I would like to
What do you
pick up
guys-
the paper in a very grubby, muttering mood, and I try to collect all of his files.
There are a lot of files.
Yes.
There are books, many leather-bound books.
Yes.
Mahogany, bookshelves, that sort of thing. But there are no files. There was a ledger that has burned.
Okay.
There is a
Completely
number of...
gone?
It went up pretty quick. It looks
Okay.
like that's what he was hitting. However, you do, as you kind of pat it out, you can see that there is an invitation
Perfect.
that has been sort of eaten away, but it definitely seems to be for today.
I have no time to sleep.
A
This
dinner
is
party
Awful.
at
Going
6
to
p.m.
bed.
You're going to have to do some legwork, though, to figure out where it's at, because it's been burned. But that is where we will end for tonight.
Before we forget, could you do first aid so we get our wounds?
We'll do that at the
We got-
start of next
Yeah,
session.
but I just don't want to forget. We need
Yeah.
to.
All right, so we're at the start of next session. We will do wounds. We will make strength rolls because you will have hours to sleep
Now the
to
shock
see
goes
if you
away,
can
though, right?
recover. Shock does go away.
Okay.
So hopefully you will be back in Act 2 with full possibility, full cards, and a lead. the dinner party happening tonight. Will the man with the monocle named Maurice be there in his fancy boat? Why do they have a ton of people that they've been knocking out and taking from this gambling den? Where is the rose? And what has Jasmine been feeding MC Fang back at the
He's
Safehouse?
Probably eating worse.
Jasmine, right?
So, we will find out all of these things next week on Torg Tuesdays. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Glimmerville for donating some bits to us during the game. That is fantastic. Tune in on Thursday for our Fading Suns game to see what will happen. There was a lot of tension at the end of last scenario, and people are missing, and people are separated, and no one is dying yet. But there is definitely horror on a space station. So, I've been JM. This has been an Iconic production. Thank you for watching.
Are we going to get all new cards next time?
We get all new cards next time.
Okay.